So your co-parenting relationship, whether you're doing it with the other person or just continuing to stay focused on your parenting, is forever. It's not something that stops, even if the other person's not involved. So how are you showing up? So that means showing up to events, that means showing up to your children, that means looking at the model that you have as into your grandchildren, to your extended family system. So, who are you and how are you showing up? So, no matter what that other person is doing, ignoring you, not being generous, not giving you updates about the kids or the grandkids, leaving you out, no matter how that is going, the way that you speak about it, the way that you address it, the way that you actually metabolize it is critical. Sometimes it's good to like, if you feel like it's you're sort of this person that is like being looked at like how is she going to deal with this or how is he going to deal with this? This was really tough, or she's not being invited to this or that. I would ask sometimes to have a dialogue with your kids like, well, how would you show up if you were me? And that way it could be kind of a connection, not like a talking negatively about the other person, but yeah, this is going to be dilemmas in life that we probably always have to deal with since me and your other parent aren't on good terms. So I'm going to continue to be, this is you talking out loud to your child, adult child, or what have you. I'm going to continue to try to have a really high level of integrity. And I'm going to try to be my best person. And if I have to stay over here in this side of the room, I'm going to do that with a smile on my face. I'm going to do that with open arms to you. I'm going to celebrate you. And then underneath or behind the scenes, you're going to work on that this wasn't how you wanted it. This wasn't the pressure you want on your kid. This wasn't how you wanted to celebrate them. But you're accepting it. And you're also reminding yourself of the lineage that you're in. A lot of times I hear people talking and telling me where I'm the first person in my family to get divorced. I feel terrible. I feel like I've failed. And so, yes, we can look at like marriage that doesn't work as a failure, right? That's a pretty common statement that most of my people in divorce groups get stuck on is like, I failed, right? We failed. And yes, maybe so, but did you really feel the mission of life of trying to like still have a family, still maybe go into other relationships, still interact with your kids, grandkids, extended family? No, you have not failed. But how are you going to do that? And I watch a lot of how people function in very difficult situations. And one of the things that impresses me the most is that even when people are uncomfortable, that they still show up and they show up working on what's going to make them uncomfortable and having strategies like, oh, I'm going to be at that event and I don't think anyone's going to talk to me and it's going to be really tough. So maybe you bring a friend, maybe you bring your new partner, maybe you also just have really prepared things that you're going to say to everybody. Maybe you just sit comfortably and calm yourself down and keep breathing while you're sitting at a table and enjoying a lunch with your kids somehow there. But you're going to actually be practicing on how you show up all the time. And you're going to make that a dialogue with your kids as long as it's not negative. But this is how I'm going to do it. And this is how I'm going to make myself comfortable. And you don't need to worry about me. And I want to be there no matter what, even though it might be a little awkward, because it's worth it for me to see you, to be around you. And remember, when you are showing up and your kids are around, you're actually showing up for them, not the other people in the room. So it doesn't mean that they're the main focus and they feel the pressure of that. It means that that's why you're there. So make sure you pull yourself back to that moment so you don't get all tangential of like worrying about all the things that people might be saying or doing or not including you in. It is such a lesson, right? This lifetime and relationships. And these are the opportunities we have in life to learn about ourselves, to learn how to function better, to learn what kind of coping mechanisms we might want to develop that are more than the ones we have. Relationships are a way we learn. And so if your marriage didn't work, that doesn't mean there's not going to be another relationship that does. That might mean that you really cherish the people who are close to you and your friendships. That might be there might be other aspects of yourself that really develop during this period of time that you can count on. And if you have an open dialogue with your children that's appropriate and not dissing the other person, then you're actually helping them to grow too. And the vision of your family can change. The vision that you have for yourself can change. Your narrative about what happened in your marriage can change. And it can all be a reframe of something more positive and something more sustainable. And if you can get out of the gunk of the negativity, there's a lot more to focus on in life than what went wrong. So um, I hope this helped. Feel free to reach out to me if you'd like to talk with me about anything that's going on in your families that you think I could help you with. Don't hesitate.